Front Row MMA, and we're here with Tim Wilde, about 4 weeks out from your fight at BAMMA, your debut at BAMMA. Better at math than me. Yeah. See, there's nothing that they can't do better than me. Yeah. First off, how excited are you to be on an event like BAMMA?
Massively excited. It's the big step up for me. It's going to be a much wider variety of audience. You know, it's America, South Africa. It's being played, so a lot of people are going to get to see what I'm about. So I'm really excited. Yeah.
And you've got an opponent that's 2-0. He's known as a ground guy primarily. What do you know about him? And how are you preparing for what he brings to the table?
Like you say, I know he's a ground guy. He's won various titles in gi, jiu-jitsu. So yeah, obviously I'm drilling lots of jiu-jitsu, but really I'm not trying to stress too much and worry about it. I'm just training my game, and I'm going to implement my game, and if all goes well, it won't even get to the ground. But so we'll see. I don't think he's going to want to stand with me, but we'll see in 5 weeks' time. So
the last time we saw you fight live, it was at Lionheart, and you were against a grappler there. And yeah, I mean, to be fair and not to be disrespectful, you ragdolled that guy around and finished with some brutal ground and pound. Is that essentially going to be the calling card for you now? Beat them up on their feet, drop them, and then finish them when they're on the floor?
To be honest, that isn't what I plan to do every time I fight. But like I say, the last 2-3 fights, that's tend to be what's happened. I'd rather keep it standing, put them to sleep standing up. You know what I mean? And then walk out, and that's it, job done. But if it goes to the ground, I don't feel scared or threatened. I'm not worried if it does. Like I say, I'll use my ground and pound and try and win the fight that way, or stand it back up. I'm going to control the fight. That's what I always intend to do every time I fight. So,
as you pointed out to me, the fight is 5 weeks today away. You've started into your training camp. How are things going so far? And are you doing anything? Are you mixing anything up from what you usually do?
Yeah, actually, to be honest, I've been looking to fight since it was March, my last fight. So by the time BAMMA comes around, it's going to have been nearly 6 months since I fought. So I'm a bit peed off about that, but due to different reasons, shows being cancelled and late dropouts, I haven't been able to get a match. Sorry, I'm rattling on, but
that's all right.
Basically, I've been developing my technique massively and kind of employing new martial arts into my game to just really expand, my skill set really, and yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think people are going to be quite surprised. The stuff that I've been doing is not your everyday Thai boxing, stuff that you see in every fight. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting.
Well, we've seen your last 3 fights, and we know. I think the way to describe it is controlled aggression. You're always pushing forward. You never take a backward step. Is that going to change at all? Are we going to see a more patient Tim Wilde, or are you still going to be pushing forward?
Yeah, I don't want to give too much away, but you will see in 5 weeks' time. At the end of the day, I love to fight, and I can quite easily get drawn into a scrap, but that's something I've been working on, like I say, for the last 6 months, and yeah, it's going to be good. Good, exciting stuff.
Look, I appreciate your time. I know you're here because you got some teammates fighting. Before we let you go, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to? Anybody you'd like to thank? Any sponsors?
Yeah, absolutely. Three sponsors. A new sponsor which I've recently acquired 2 weeks ago. Les Scott Stewart, it's a clothing line, and I've got my physiotherapist who's been sponsoring me now for a year, Active Therapy, and then Brendan Lees, who you met at our show, Lionheart, he sponsors me with money every month and helps me out, so I want to thank them three massively. Obviously I want to thank all my training partners, John Roberts, my coach, and also just a little mention for Rough House. I'll be going up there and sparring with them every week. Just big thank you to them. And yeah.
Oh, I'm actually not going to stop it there, even though he's put it in, because you just mentioned you've been sparring with Rough House, so you've been sort of you training with different people at different places. What's it been like training with sort of Jimmy, especially as he's starting to get ready for his world title fight? Is that sort of giving you a bit more hunger?
Yeah, Jimmy, he's a very, very intelligent guy. He's a great fighter. Obviously, if you've seen over the years, it's really brought my game. I'm going and sparring with the likes of him and Dre and Matt Hallam and all the pros that train up there. like I can't thank them enough. They're very welcoming, you know, and they make me feel like part of the team, even though obviously I'm not. They're saying that it's really helped me develop into what you're going to see in 5 weeks' time.
Excellent. We thank you very much for your time, and we look forward to seeing you fight at BAMMA. Thank you, Tim.
Cheers.